Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. This mission is a request from Orbital. It is a special mission issued only to you. Grief has requested a meeting with you. Orbital has accepted his request and issued it to you as an official mission. Proceed to the designated site and meet with Grief. Grief has also requested that you come to the site alone and unarmed. However, this request is not enforceable, and you are under no obligation to abide by it. That being said, agreeing to this request is likely to earn you his favor. In the end, the decision is yours. In any event, make any necessary preparations and proceed to the meeting site. Briefing over. Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Grief has been detected. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is near zero. Radar will not be affected. Begin the mission. Even if I were destroyed, I'm just a copy with only some functions transferred over. Honestly, it's unsettling to me that my actual physical form is just a communications terminal.
You're here, and I was so certain you'd come armed too. After all, you, the Brigadier General, and the other mercenaries have chosen to defy fate. You all share the same sense of justice, yes? And work together to achieve victory. I don't know who coined it, but your nickname, Rookie, is quite appropriate. How very interesting and foolish. In the end, it means nothing. There are more pressing concerns. That is why I called you here, to tell you everything. Why do you fight in the first place? What is victory, really? Destroying every last immortal and their corrupted AIs. Is that really what this is about? So you can safely extract femto resources from the Oval Link and waste them to your heart's content. The Consortium nations, fools that they are, all believe that the center of the Oval Link contains an enormous mass of femto energy. That mass of energy is the being that will guide us. The Dominator. Or rather, a fragment of it. Its full body still slumbers on the moon. I know how this must sound to you. Trust me when I tell you that I have seen it. I have heard it speak to me. As the moon fell on the day of the awakening, I myself was awakened through my encounter with the Dominator. It is both will and power. It is attempting to guide humanity to their intended purpose. The Dominator has shaped the course of human evolution. References to it exist in ancient ruins, myths, even religious texts. Called by different names across different eras. Which brings us to the present era, and humanity's foolish ambition to use the remnants of the Dominator as an energy source. We have already stripped this planet bare of its natural resources, and now we're killing each other to satisfy our insatiable lust for femto. Over and over, this cycle repeats, a never-ending spiral. We don't even try to understand who or what we are. Inevitably, I suppose, Outers were born. Humans who had adapted to femto particles. The Moonfall exposed this body of mine to an incredible amount of femto particles. Or as I see it, the will of the Dominator. That is when I awakened as an Outer, as did my comrades. Well, I don't mean to boast. No, I am proud. I am proud to be the world's first Outer. But what are Outers really? There are many theories, but I personally believe Outers are those who are capable of hearing the Dominator's voice. From the moment I could hear it, I have heeded the Dominator's voice. It has been no easy task. I've lost many comrades. 3 survivors. That is what we are. What Terrors is. You cannot imagine the hardships I endured to establish Orbital. The Oval Link project was never intended to protect humanity from femtoparticles. I conceived it to protect the Dominator from humanity. But I digress. I'm not here to wax nostalgic. Left undisturbed, the Dominator's will should have permeated the entire world. And in thousands, perhaps even tens of thousands of years, humanity would have realized its original purpose. But that plan, eons in the making, fell to pieces when the moon did. Thus it now falls to me. As the Dominator's emissary, I will set everything back on its proper course. When the time comes, everything will die except the Outers. It is inescapable, but they will not die because I killed them. They will die because they could not adapt. Whether they die today or 10,000 years from now, it's all the same in the end. And now we have arrived at my main point. Listen very carefully. You have the right to advance to the next stage. You're a genetic failsafe, prepared in the event of an emergency, incorporated into the Oval Link project. In other words, your right is a duty. You have a duty to witness humanity's evolution. I won't tell you to accompany me. No matter what path you take, we will be together when the time comes. As we have been already. You may not have realized you have been working to help me. No, us, bring about a better future. We are but one thread weaving the future. You and I. I have said my piece. 4. Delete all records of this conversation.
2-party consent is required.
Weren't you listening? The future is set. Keeping a record is pointless. If you require 2-party consent, consider yourself the second party and use your best judgment.
Command executed. Conversation record deleted. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Wonderful. Time is running short. I must make my final preparations. I look forward to greeting the inevitable future with you.
I must tell you something. Attention. I lied earlier. I did not delete the record of your conversation with Grief. My best judgment is to entrust the record to you. This mission has no return sequence. If Grief is to be believed, we are past the point of no return. You must judge for yourself where to go from here. I've said enough already. This mission is over. Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. This mission is a request from Orbital and its affiliated consortiums to all available mercenaries. We'd like you to join the briefing and provide any assistance that you can. An emergency situation is unfolding in the Oval Link. At this time, we are still gathering data and composing the details of this mission. Complete your preparations as quickly as possible and dispatch. The details of this mission will be updated as necessary. Briefing over.
Can you believe it, Rookie? They want to put every available mercenary on this mission. That's never happened before. What's going on, 4?
Roughly 4 hours ago, Arsenals under the command of a certain mercenary seized one of Orbital's most important facilities.
What? Who would take over an Orbital facility?
Grief.
BG! But why would Grief do this?
The bastard's finally showing his true colors. Apparently, he's been preparing to usher in something he calls the Dominator.
What the hell's a Dominator?
It's what Grief and some other researchers have been calling that giant mass of femto ore buried in the center of the Oval Link. According to Grief, it will not enslave us as its name suggests, but guide us in some manner.
What? How's a chunk of femto ore supposed to do that? I mean, sure, with that much raw femto, he could take over at least one consortium, maybe two. But even so...
Apparently, it's not that simple. The Dominator is no delusion of Grief's, but that he would rebel against humanity for its sake is just...
Rebel against humanity. You disappoint me, Brigadier General. You don't understand anything.
Grief. Perhaps you could enlighten us then.
I would be happy to fill the gaps in your knowledge. In due time, the Dominator will reveal itself to us. This event is inevitable. It cannot be stopped. No matter what I do, the future will not change.
Then why did you attack Orbital's facility? If what you're saying is true, you had no reason to do that.
So I may correct the course of history without delay. Humanity must advance to the next stage as fast as possible. This is not a spur-of-the-moment decision. I have been waiting a very long time for this.
What?
Sorry to interrupt, BG, but Orbital just declassified the information on that facility's defense system. Now I understand why they were so reluctant to reveal this info. These specifications are insane. This is clearly a violation of the treaty. Why do they need so much firepower? What are they trying to protect?
Anti-arsenal weaponry. Proof that Orbital did not even trust us. I can think of a much better use for such weaponry. Farewell.
Lieutenant, make that defense system data available to everyone.
Right away, sir.
Excellent. With this, Bullet Works will now conduct a mission to destroy that facility and take Grief into custody. Squad 1 will consist of Crimson Lord, Bishop, and Johnny G. Squad 2 will consist of Falcon, Painkiller, and Bonebox. Squad 3 will consist of Drake, Diablo, and...
Ha ha! Finally moving up in the world.
No. I want the rookie for this mission.
BG? Are you for real right now? Why do I gotta sit this one out?
You're not. I need you with me to provide logistical support.
If you want me to come lay down some sick tracks on the battlefield, you should have just said so.
Everyone, prepare your arsenals at once and get ready to dispatch.
Talk about escalation. I never imagined we'd all dispatch for one mission. What the hell's happening to the Oval Link?
If you want to know, survive this battle and see for yourself what the future brings.
Yes, sir. That's what I've been doing so far, and I'm not gonna stop now. Rookie, I'll see you at the mission area.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is at normal levels. Radar will not be affected. Data link shared with the entire squad through the Brigadier General's arsenal. Target facility identified. Begin the mission.
As noted during the briefing, this facility is fortified by a ridiculous defense system. The main attraction is an omnidirectional laser cannon. powerful enough to strike any section of the Oval Link's barrier.
So we busted the hell up before it melts our faces off.
Crude, but yes, that's the idea. Since it needs to store a large amount of energy before it can fire, that makes it somewhat predictable. In the unlikely event that you take a direct hit at this distance, both Arsenal and pilot will be disintegrated.
If we bring down the defense system, Grief will have no choice but to show his face. Major, we'll engage Grief when he appears. You will attack from the front to subdue him. If worse comes to worse, you have my permission to kill him.
Yes, sir. Grief. The legend himself, huh?
Everyone, spread out. Begin the mission.
Going one-on-one with Grief, huh? If you can't hack it, Major, I'd be happy to take over.
Cut the chatter. Focus on the mission.
Saying I'm not?
Everyone knows you're strong, kid. But riding off the enemy like that makes people nervous about letting you handle things.
I'm not riding off Grief. I just really want to fight him, that's all.
A victory for Bullet Works is a victory for all of us. Didn't I tell you? A real pro finishes the job they've been assigned.
I know. Hammered it into my head so hard I have nightmares about it. We're gonna draw Grief out. We gotta deal with the candy first. Sergeant, swap these gnats, will ya? I'm going in!
Kid, wait! Rookie, we're going in too! Who's next? What a joke.
Can no longer hold a firing charge. Defense system deactivating.
This isn't over yet. Terrors will show themselves. All units, stay alert.
And if they don't show, my detonator is primed and ready to bury them.
It's your move, Grief. I'm honored that all of Bullet Works would come to greet me. Who will face me first? Or shall I face you all at once?
Grief! He's here. All units close in. Major, engage Grief.
Somebody tell me right now what the hell's going on!
What? The Major couldn't even land a single hit? How's that possible? Am I really going to lose here? After coming so far?
How boring. Even the ace pilot of Bullet Works is a mere human like the rest. Submit to the voice of the Dominator, and you will transcend the limits of your own humanity.
The Dominator?
BG, you should order everyone to retreat. A foul scent surrounds us. Are you even still human?
I am more human than any of you can possibly imagine. I walk the one true path. The ideal form humanity should have reached. None.
Take your goddamn foot off the Major's arsenal! Sergeant!
Major... Did you just try to kill the kid to protect Grief? Big mistake.
I can't lose yet. Wait! I was facing down Grief, then the Major attacked me, and now the Sergeant is... What's going on? This doesn't make any sense!
Kid, focus! This is still a battlefield. You've got enemies right in front of you.
I can't lose to anyone. Never. Never!
Just get back, kid. Don't worry about me. This thing in front of us, it's not human. Just a big scary monster is all. That's right, Major. I'm calling you out.
Sergeant! Me? A monster? What the hell are you talking about?
This is what you've wanted all along, Crimson Lord. It feels good to be called a monster, doesn't it? Won't you come with me? I have so much more to show you.
More? I can become even stronger?
I came to gather what I had left behind, only to depart with so much more. I assume you have no complaints, Brigadier General.
Damn you, Grief.
If there's nothing else, I must be on my way. I have a lot of work left to do.
Bastard! Remember, Lieutenant? Someday I'll be next. Don't keep me waiting. Come and kill me.
They're gone.
Grief's unit has left the mission area. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Screw the mission! Sergeant!
Don't waste your time calling the medics. Just get a body bag ready. Come on. Lighten up, kid.
Why did you do that?
Why? Because it's my duty. I'm supposed to be teaching you, kid.
You protected me to teach me?
Look at what you got me saying. Maybe now you understand what the battlefield is really like.
Sergeant, I'm an idiot. I know that. I'll never stop apologizing for it, I swear. Just don't die. Please don't die.
I'm not gonna tell you to avenge me or anything. I just want you to keep living. Pretty sure I taught you that much at least. You hear me?
Sergeant, please. Save your strength.
Brigadier General, that mission you gave me, did I complete it?
Without question. You don't need to worry. I will always be on the battlefield.
Damn right. Now I can finally go home and see my family again. Catch you kids later.
Sergeant! Sergeant!
Do not forget this day. Do not forget your comrades who have fought and bled with you on the battlefield. Keep them in your memory, and you will pay your respects to the sergeant. Now, let's bring her home.
Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. This mission is a request from Sky Union. Unknown hostile forces are preventing transport aircraft from taking off from one of Sky Union's frontline bases. Eliminate these hostile forces so the aircraft can safely take off. The situation is currently in a stalemate. Complete your preparations as quickly as possible and dispatch. Briefing over.
The expression unknown hostile forces immediately caught my attention. Are you suggesting these enemies aren't Immortals?
We have reports of 2 arsenals accompanying the enemies. This could be mimicry by corrupted AI, but we lack conclusive information at this time.
Well, that's worrisome. But if they aren't Immortals, maybe the Western Seven are involved somehow. Though I'd rather deal with Immortals, honestly.
Yeah, well, we're not heading out to make small talk. Whether it's Immortals or the Western Seven, we should expect to see some action. Know what I mean?
Good point, Jack. 4, is there anything else we should know about this mission?
2 transport aircraft are standing by at the base. If either aircraft is rendered incapable of takeoff, it will result in immediate mission failure.
Must be moving a lot of stuff then. Like they're relocating the whole base or something.
Defending 2 transports at once, though, that's going to be difficult. How come other Reclaimers haven't accepted this one?
While all Reclaimers have been notified of this mission, many have declined due to their active participation in other ongoing missions. Other Reclaimers, such as the 5 Hells, the Western Seven, and Panzer Crown, have yet to respond at all.
I guess this one's riding on us then.
Understood. We better start prepping our arsenals.
Rookie, you're coming too, yeah? If the enemy has 2 arsenals with them, the 3 of us will have the numbers advantage.
Jack's right. I hope you'll join us for this mission.
You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is near 0. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Begin the mission.
Those are the transports we're guarding. Now to find those enemy arsenals. Whoa! Hey, what's the big idea? You could at least greet us before you start shooting.
The enemy force contains 2 arsenals. Wait a minute.
I was so sure that would hit you! Why'd you have to dodge it?
Because I don't want to die, obviously. What's the matter with you?
You talk too much. I should kill you.
It's not Immortals or the Western Seven. It's the 5 Hells. What's going on here?
How should I know? Just keep these ladies the hell away from the transports. Move out!
Do you have any idea what you're doing? You know Savior would never involve himself in a battle between consortiums.
Abyss, what's this guy talking about? It's not making any sense to me. They're trying to destroy the transports. Just as our lady sister said. If we wait here, bad people will appear to attack the aircraft. Bad people should die.
We're bad people? You've got it all wrong. We can talk this out.
Bad people, good people. It doesn't matter. In the end, everyone dies. This is way too deep for me. I was gonna listen to my lady sister and break you all.
It's no use, Notes. We're gonna have to use force to put them down.
Are these rabble not Savior's enemies?
No, we're not enemies! Ask Savior, he'll tell you!
They keep saying that.
Because they're lying. That's what bad people do.
But they just won't break!
Have you two forgotten what I taught you?
But I don't like doing that!
Do you want Savior to hate you?
No, anything but that! I'd rather die! Ready, Heaven? Ready, Abyss!
Good girls. Don't disappoint me.
Savior's enemies must die!
What if he just...
Ah! Why? Why? Gotta break them all! Break them all! Make my Lord Brother so proud of me! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Heaven?
It's pointless to keep fighting. Please withdraw. Allow us to complete our mission.
Well, this was certainly unexpected. Abyss, you know what must be done. Do it.
Heaven, wait for me.
What? No!
Notes!
Attention. The enemy arsenal has self-destructed. Damage to Note's unit is unknown. The transport aircraft have begun their takeoff sequence. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
What the... You made her self-destruct? Your own sister?
What of it? She is disposable. Don't presume to understand our family.
Disposable?
Notes! You're okay!
It's gonna take more than that to kill me. Can't say the same for my trashed arsenal, though. Anyway, Nemesis, you better explain what you meant by disposable right now.
I don't need to explain anything to the likes of you.
Hey, we completed our mission. That means we won and you lost. You sacrificed your little sister for nothing.
And yet, I don't care in the slightest. Good day.
You're not even going to recover your sister's body? I don't understand this at all. I thought she was your family.
You had best keep that ignorant mouth of yours closed, boy. Those girls have been dead for a long time.
What is that supposed to mean?
Their hearts no longer beat. Their rotting organs are replaced regularly, all so they can fight for Savior. That is their way of showing their love. Yes, I used them, but I respect how they chose to show their love.
What the hell kind of answer is that?
I would kill Savior if that's what he asked of me. What is that, if not love? I need it elsewhere. Until we meet...
Get back here, Nemesis! Damn it!
Settle down, Notes. I've already sent out a rescue request for Heaven and Abyss.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. It's just... we completed our...
I know what you mean. I'm sure the rookie is just as confused as we are. Who knows what she was really after?
Maybe Savior can help us understand what Nemesis was saying. Either way, let's head back.
Affirmative. Mapping return sequence. Mission briefing. Briefing will now commence. A missile launch facility in Zen's territory has been occupied by unidentified armed forces. Zen and the other consortiums have issued this mission for its immediate destruction. No activity has been detected from the facility. but it could resume operation at any moment. Complete your preparations as soon as possible and dispatch. Briefing over.
Missile base. Can you believe it, Deva? I don't even know where to begin. Does Zen have some convenient excuse for why they went and built something like that?
The facility does violate the treaty, but they relinquished ownership and issued the mission to destroy it before Orbital ever identified it.
That's their explanation? What a load of crap.
It doesn't matter, Zoa. The base is already built. Our job is to destroy it.
True, but I'm more concerned about the forces occupying the base. What are they planning to do with it?
We don't know. Our information isn't sufficient. I'm currently in contact with Zen regarding the threat level this facility poses.
So we don't know. Great. Everyone's worked up over Grief's rebellion and Orbital's secret research, but I don't care about any of that. All I know is, some bad dudes have taken over a missile base and we gotta go kick their teeth in. Is that about right?
Essentially.
I don't know if it's that simple, Deva.
You're not wussing out on me, are you? Let's show them what the
Fine. The Steel Knights will take this mission. Our job is to beat up bad guys. More annoying stuff, Bulletworks can handle.
You're coming too, aren't you, rookie? Once your arsenal is prepped, we'll
Just be prepared, Deva. You don't know what we're up against this time.
Just hurry up before I leave you behind.
Approach complete. You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning battlefield. Femtoparticle density is low. Radar will not be affected. Initiating each arsenal's data link. Opening squad communications channel. Begin the mission.
That's the missile launch facility, yeah? And the forces occupying it are...
There are no responses on the radar. Shall I investigate the surrounding area?
No need. Our mission is to destroy the facility. Let's just fire away till nothing's left and head on home.
Showtime. 3, 2, 1, fire!
Attention. The facility has taken only minor damage. It remains largely unscathed.
Well, this is a tough nut to crack. Maybe we gotta bust it up from the inside.
Searching for an entry point. Huh? There's nothing on the radar.
I'm sorry I didn't greet you first, but I can't allow you to destroy this facility.
I know you. You're that Kung Fu master from the Western 7.
Oh, I'm flattered you've heard of me. Kung Fu master, huh? Is that what they say about me? I like it.
This guy's not taking us seriously at all. You okay, Zoa?
Yeah, I'm in one piece. He was waiting in stealth mode to ambush us.
Are you with the guys who took over the missile base? If you leave now, this doesn't have to get messy.
I think there has been a misunderstanding. You see, we're here on an official mission from Zen to defend this facility. You should sort this out with Orbital. If your mission was issued by mistake, you're the ones who will be penalized.
Maybe so, but I don't take punches without giving some in return. Deva, rookie, we're starting the mission.
Did you listen to a word I just said? Your mission is clearly a mistake.
I don't give a damn about the mission. Where are those missiles aimed? Wherever they strike, the weak are the ones who'll pay the price. Mission or no mission, I'm tearing this place down.
Think about what you're saying. You could lose your mercenary credentials over this.
Good thing we aren't mercs.
Then what are you?
We're heroes
of justice.
Then show me how true heroes conduct themselves.
Us, we gotta go all out.
Impressive. I'm glad to face such a worthy foe. I've taken too much damage. Nameless, withdrawing.
absurd to die over this mission. So long.
Processing. Additional arsenal reinforcements detected.
I'll kill anyone who gets in our way!
I don't know if we can get through to this guy. Hey, Baldy, do you even know what you're doing? If you launch those missiles, the whole world is gonna rise up against you.
So what? I got nowhere else to go! World's always had me in their crosshairs. They've been scared of me since day one.
This is about fighting for your comrades? Fine. I'm happy with everything you've got.
I'll break ya! I'm half man.
Processing.
I know. Reinforcements.
Affirmative. Reaper's unit has been detected.
I figured the leader of the Western 7 would be 7.
My ring's squealing and screeching on me. I'll kill you next time. Not bad at all.
You're not the last one, are you? Come on, call the rest of your goons. We'll take you all on.
Captain, the job is done. Give the order to withdraw.
Klondike!
Did you not hear me?
All units, evacuate the base and withdraw from the mission area. That's an order.
So, you're up next, huh? Release the safety on your weapons.
It's not very heroic to point your weapons at an unarmed man. I haven't come to fight you at all. On the contrary, I'm going to save you some trouble.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Observe.
Whoa! What the?
Facility destroyed. Mission complete. Mission accomplishment recognized.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened? What did you do?
I agree that something as profane as this facility should be destroyed. Zen wanted so badly to protect it, they issued 2 competing illegal missions.
To me, that just proves they have no right to selfishly hoard it for themselves.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Thank you for buying me time, Reaper. I got what I was after. You should be pleased. I'm sure Grief will keep his promise.
Grief? What does he have to do with this?
I'm sure the rookie can explain. I'm not sure why you trust them, but know that they're part of a bigger game. You're welcome to join the game yourselves, as long as you know the rules.
What does that mean?
Let's go, Reaper. I don't want to be late.
Understood.
Hey, get back here!
The enemy arsenals have left the radar search range.
What the hell is going on? I have no idea what any of this means.
There's no point standing around here. We should head back. Thor, you know what to do.
Affirmative.